Welcome to Blasters 18 Holes, presented to you by Marathon Petroleum. I'm PGA golf professional Jimmy Hanlin.
And I'm LPGA Tour player Natalie Gulbis. Today we are at Annapolis at the Naval Academy.
And wait till you see this golf course. As impressive as this campus is, the golf is just as good. Kicking off our day here at the Naval Academy Golf Club, we're on hole number 1. It's a par 4 and it's a tough one. Slicers, beware, you got to keep your tee ball to the left. Your second shot is going to be uphill. Make sure you take an extra club, and these William Flynn bunkers are brutal, so just stay out of them all day.
Hole number 2 is a short par 4. Hit a long iron or rescue off the tee, but pay attention to the second shot because there's a turtleback green. So you really need to just hit it to the middle of the green and then hope it stays on.
Catch piece.
Should have said, don't be up the right side because of that tree.
Hole 3, par 5. You're going to love it off the tee because it funnels down into the fairway. You can bust that driver as far as you want. Then you got to decide whether you're going to knock it on in 2. If you do, be careful of that bunker in the front. Again, these bunkers are one of the most difficult things on this golf course. Run, ball, run, 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 run. Stay out of that bunker.
Hole number 4 is a short par 3, unless you're playing from the tips. But the thing you need to pay attention here, both those bunkers are brutal to get up and down out of. So if your miss is going to be a little bit short, but just pick the right club, hit it on, and you'll be fine.
Sounded good. Get up a little. Good shot. Really good. Get up. Hole 5 here at the Naval Academy Golf Club's a par 4. It's straight up the hill, 410 yards from all the way back. Bust that driver out there. Again, take a little more club into this green. If you happen to miss one of these greens, let's just hope you're not in one of these bunkers, as I've been talking about all day. Oh, that's too high. Come back. Come on back in there. Look at this. Go, baby, go. All right, we get to hole number 6. We have a special guest with us. He's a Cleveland guy. He played football here at the Naval Academy, then went on to play in the NFL. And Natalie's just pelting him with questions right now about being at Navy. I mean, just pretty cool stuff.
I'm so glad it's only the 6th hole because I have so many more questions. You're going to be so worn out. I want to hear about everything.
It's tough. It's not a school that most people choose. So I went here to play football. I was fortunate enough to get recruited by a coach that brought me here to play. And coming here, I didn't want to just go to West Virginia or Ohio State. I wanted to go to a school that get a great degree. And then also support my country.
Yeah, and then you went from there. You said you worked in the Pentagon.
Yep.
And you also got stationed.
Yeah, I was graduated.
And played in the NFL.
Yep, front loaded my life a little bit. Yeah, I would say. Graduated in 09 and then got shipped overseas right away. I was on a frigate, FFG 42. Went to South America, circumnavigated that. Did drug ops, military relations, and then got stationed at the Pentagon as a public affairs officer, and I do speeches I used to do speeches for the Navy and support Naval Academy.
And that was after playing in the NFL?
During it and also after it. A bunch of different stuff.
How strict is it really?
It's super strict. Yeah, I had a hard time, I would say, my freshman year, coming from Lake Catholic in Ohio, and then coming to Naval Academy. There's a lot of rules, and I was telling you about chopping and
I mean, I
can't
wait to hear about chopping.
When they're recruited, they don't tell you about chopping. So chopping is you're jogging at a slow pace in the hallway, and every deck plate they have, so every turn you have as a plebe or freshman, either say go Navy or beat Army. So all you hear when you're in the dorm room, Bancroft Hall, is go Navy or beat Army the entire time. So that's you're ingrained to the Army-Navy rivalry. So every year we enjoy it. I never lost, played 4 years first.
Wow, how about that? Huh?
Never lost for Air Force as well, so we were a good team.
All right, well, let's hit it. Down the middle as usual.
Such a good swing, yeah.
Down the pipe, right where you're supposed to do, hit it in a fairway. Marathon drive of the day there.
I'll take it.
Oh man, that's full
Holy
back power
smokes,
right
that
there.
sounded different coming off the club face.
That is smoked. Oh, I'm right with Eric.
With me.
Maybe right at it. Must be a good angle to come in from. All right, go
It's
ahead.
not bad.
Training, I want to hear about the training. I want to hear about the workouts. I want to know what time it starts.
Early.
How early? 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 2 a.m.?
Usually, I think 4:30 or 5. And you wake up with horns, and your upper class, they're called cadre. They're our seniors, and they wake you up. They wake you up not the nicest way possible. But you go to the fields, you do physical exertion exercises for the first hour, 2 hours of the day.
So first 2 hours of the day, just nonstop training.
Running, working out, push-ups, sit-ups, whatever they
Did
could
you just
possibly
puke every day your first couple weeks?
Yeah, and actually, I had mono when I was there for Plebe Summer, so I was exhausted every day, and they didn't care, and it was great. And,
so you thought you were in pretty good shape when you came in as a football player, and then it just was...
I came in at 2:30. I thought I was going to start. We were playing Maryland that year at M&T Bank. I thought I was going to play. 6 weeks later, I have shin splints. I'm like 190 pounds. It was brutal.
Turn a little. That's a good shot.
That'll be fine.
Safe.
Yep.
That had a good sound to it. Get down. Sit.
Good shot.
Sit. 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 Good sound. Oh, that's a good shot, Eric. Oh, coming right down on it. Ooh. Guy's got power and touch.
How often would you be allowed or get a chance to come out here?
We try to play as much as we can, especially like after summer classes and come out here. But the course here has changed completely since I was here. They took out about 300 trees, and as Jimmy could attest, the bunkers are phenomenal. And if you look around, this tree line here was all trees, so you couldn't miss left. So they've changed it up. It's nice.
So how have you seen like major higher ups play here? Are they members here? Are they,
There's a lot of admirals here. Yeah. So you got to make sure what you say. Everybody kind of knows you or knows what rank you are.
Right.
So you kind of it's different than playing at a course in Ohio.
Yeah, that's crazy. Good roll, dude. Good
down.
roll.
Not enough.
We'll give you the rest of that one.
Jimmy, days like today are my favorite parts of the show.
Yep.
Like to be able to come and learn all this and to be able to,
Thanks, appreciate it.
I didn't even know there was a golf course on the Naval Academy.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. More golf to come right here on Blasters 18 Holes, presented to you by Marathon Petroleum.
Welcome back to Blasters 18 Holes, presented by Marathon Petroleum. Today we are in Annapolis at the Naval Academy.
And we are playing an awesome William Flynn-designed.
Hole 7, Naval Academy, 165 yards, par 3, water, and there's bunkers both sides. It's tiered up, so you want to play it short if you can. This is actually the closest I ever had my entire life to hole-in-one. Hit the side of the cup, dented it, spun back a couple feet, and then I probably missed that putt, so it happens. Got a bogey, so that's life. Turn a little right, 6 off. There we go.
Hole number 8's a par 4, and it's the hardest hole on this golf course. It looks like off the tee you want to go to the left, but the hole's actually a dog leg right. That second shot is going to be uphill, but you better bust that ball off the tee like Eric if you want to make par here.
The 9th hole here at the Naval Academy Golf Course is a tough way to round out this front 9. Long par 4, very narrow. The fairway slopes left to right, so take your drive up the left side and just try to make par and get to the back 9.
All right, make our way to the back 9 here at the Naval Academy Golf Club, and this is one of my favorite holes on the golf course. Hole number 10, beautiful views. You gotta stay away from the bunkers. Hit your tee ball up the right side. That's how you get it started. A little cutty right where we wanted her. That'll work.
The par 4 11th hole is a short par 4, but where you really need to pay attention to is these crowns that are on the left and right side and long part of this green. You do not want to be there because it is a brutal up and down.
All right, we get to hole number 12. We've already had a great guest in Eric Kettani, former NFL player, and out of nowhere, another great guest joins us. Jim Hackenberg, he's the owner of the Orange Whip, inventor of the Orange Whip. He's been a sponsor on our shows for many, many years. Because the Orange Whip is so great, we're starting to see a lot of copycats, right? People are starting to try to make what you've made and make it as successful. But the one thing, and I didn't know this counterbalance at the top is the one reason that they really can't do that, because you have a patent on that. But the reason that you have that is to kind of keep people on plane. And I've swung the Orange Whip forever now. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the counterbalance helps keep you on plane.
Check this out. Feel the weight of that. That's 8.5 ounces. It's very heavy. This is a 10.5 ounce ball, 2 ounce grip, 8.5 ounce there. When you have an evenly balanced device, when you swing it back and forth in rhythm, you will be perfectly on balance and you'll be powerful and consistent.
Well, show us a little bit, Natalie. Swing the Orange Whip and show us a little bit of why it works, Jim.
You bet. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Natalie get into her normal address position. She's already loose, so we're just going to enhance her swing plane by going slowly back and forth as she's doing here, She's letting that club find her swing plane in balance and in good rhythm, and she's swinging that orange ball right at her eventual target.
Yep.
So she wants to sling that orange ball right at that target so that she can get the good feel that it enhances. Now do this for me. Set up to that tee with the orange whip as if you're going to hit a shot. Make a full swing as if the ball you were going to sling was to that target. So just make your natural athletic golf swing. Perfect. Now, I'm going to hand you your club. Take your club and address that tee again. Swing it slowly back and forth as if it's an orange whip. So we won't hit the ball quite yet, but swing it back and forth as if it's an orange whip. Find that same rhythm you just found with the orange whip.
And this is what you use with players. This is how you get that using the orange whip.
When people start to lose that rhythm, that's when they start to have some different type shots. So let's see her rip it here.
That was
look
about
at that.
as smooth as
Right
it
at
gets,
the target.
Right at the flag right
That
there.
goes in the hole. This is going to be the greatest selling point.
All right, I'm going to have him help me with the wedge down here in front of the green. All right, Jimmy, we talked a little bit up on the tee about how the orange whip helps with path and stuff. I'll tell you, these fairways at Navy are perfect, right? You can tell they're just so tight. I see so many players, including myself, they struggle off these lies, right? I get steep, I want to hit the ball first, make sure I'm not chunking it. You got a wedge that I've used before. We've done this on the show before. Just results are insanely good.
And what happens is most people get those hands so far ahead and they try to help it and they dig it right in the dirt.
Yep.
The orange whip, because of the flex and because of the counterweight, that's what keeps it at home. If you can allow yourself to swing like this, keep that counterweight near home, and learn to pivot, you'll start to brush the grass like this, like the tour players, and it keeps the shaft in such a position that bounce is working for you. It skims across the ground, gives you some room for air.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jimmy, we've never talked about, you're going to grab that from me, we've never talked about, in all the time that I've used this, what a great thing keeping the counterbalance weight at home. Right?
Yes.
Like you said, get this thing going this way, you're in trouble, right?
That's when it digs.
Keep it at home. We've never talked about that, and I know that you and Stan Utley have worked with this wedge a lot to try to just, get in a position to make it easy for people to chip. If they remember that, I think that's a huge point right there.
Exactly right.
All right, so this thing staying still helps a lot, doesn't it, Jim? And it really helps with, you can see the bounce being used right
Exactly.
here, right?
Skimming across the grass. Oh, yeah.
Good. All right, one more product. Let's go check it out on the green.
All right, Natalie, we're going to show you the putter today. I've designed it to be right and left-handed. Now, also, it's got a round face, you could see. That's so you get direct center contact. If you can make center contact with a round face putter, you can putt with anything. Now, we're going to go back to the counterbalance. The key element to the counterbalance with the putter is that years ago, they outlawed anchored putting. That was because it was very easy to create a smooth pendulum, allowing it to swing naturally. We cannot do that any longer. This counterbalance acts as the same type of anchor in your putting stroke. I'm swinging the wedge here, but I have a putting stroke motion. So Natalie, let's have you do a few swings back and forth. Choke down because I wanted it to I made a longer length so any golfer could use it. So hold it at the level you would hold it.
Right here.
Yep, and find a nice rhythm to it. Let it load and unload. And the shaft is gonna bend a little bit, but that's okay. It's loading and unloading. Now, go ahead, center yourself, and make a nice rhythmic stroke.
Seems like so many great products now you're introducing. Thank you, Jim, for bringing these all out today and also showing us how to use them, and even more so just being an incredible sponsor and partner of the show. And thank you so much for having us on, and we always love when you get an opportunity to come out and be with us. So.
It's been a great benefit for Orange Whip Golf, so thank you. Thank Jimmy.
And more to come here on Blasters 18 Holes.
Welcome back to Blasters 18 Holes, presented to you by Marathon Petroleum. We're here in Annapolis, Maryland at the Naval Academy.
Hole number 13 is a par 5. It's a little bit on the long side, so it's going to be difficult to reach it into. But for your second shot, if you're not reaching into, make sure that you land something short of this bunker behind me, because that is a terrible way to hit your third shot into this par 5.
Stay there on the left side of the green. Now we reach hole number 14 here at the Naval Academy Golf Club. Key off the tee is hit it down the right side because it feeds down into the fairway from there. But the most difficult thing about this hole is to hit enough club into your second shot. It might even be more than one extra club to be able to get up on that surface. Cut a little and be enough club, like I said.
Hole number 15 is a par 4 with an elevated tee, which makes this hole very scenic. Pay attention to the bunkers on the right. They are in play, and there's a wide fairway to the left. So take something off the left side, and you're gonna have a mid or long iron approach.
Okay, a little break on this golf course finally. A blind shot up the hill. Take whatever you want off the tee to get it into play, and you're gonna have a little short iron into this green. You better make birdie coming down the stretch here, because this is one of the holes that you need to do it on. Turn just a little. Just a little. Oh, get up. All right, we come to hole number 17, and we have another special guest with us here, the director of golf here, Pat Owens. Pat's been here for 35 years.
35 years.
You grew up here in Annapolis, though, right?
Yes, I did.
You've seen a lot.
I've seen a lot.
Well, first of all, talk about the golf program a little bit. I mean, I think that people may be surprised. You know, Navy has a golf program. Talk to us about
so
it.
we actually have a Division I men's and women's team now. Our women's team has been in place for about a dozen years. Our men's team has been competing since about 1930.
Wow.
And there have been 4 Division I All-Americans on the men's side, the most recent of which is Billy Hurley III, who won the 2016 Quicken Loans Tour event.
Okay, well, tell us about this golf hole here. How do you play this golf hole? Because it's not long. Looks like there's a lot of trouble.
It's not, but there have been a lot of college tournaments that have been won and lost on this particular hole.
Yeah.
It's a William Flynn Classic. It's a volcano hole, as you can see. The green is only 18 yards deep.
Wow.
And when the greens are firm, it can be very difficult to hold. It may be difficult today with this wind. And I don't know if you can see from here, but it also slips pretty severely from left to right.
Right, yeah.
But a miss to the left is trouble. Very difficult to get up and down from the left side. If you were going to miss, you'd rather miss down towards the street. Easy pitch up the hill into the green.
What a great place. Oh, is that solid? It just sounded good. That
That's
just
in.
sounded good.
I think this is a perfect time for a Tito's tip.
This week's golf tip is sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. You know, what did you think about when you were trying to just hit that ball? You could tell a little more speed and a little more, you know, kind of punchy.
I mean, I'm afraid of the hole after everybody has said you can't hold it on the green. So I was trying to spin it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And for me, spinning it means like getting down after a little bit more and
Yeah.
making sure that not only I try to hit a solid shot, but that I take just a little more ground and just kind of hold it off a little bit, but it still didn't hold.
That was
So-
that was a different swing than your normal swing, though. All right, there's your golf tip. Go ahead, my man. You're
Thank you.
next. He knows how to hit this shot on the right side.
Hang on, honey. Hang on, hang
Give him a
on.
little piece.
There we go.
Oh yeah, stay right there.
That's it.
You said you'd take that chipping up right
See
there.
ya. Yeah, that's better than left.
Oh my God, he said don't hit it left, and I hit it left.
Kick it right.
Oh, looks like I'm gonna be showing him what to not do from over there, huh? A little too much speed, maybe?
You're gonna stay putting.
All right, that's a good thing.
That is.
Oh, what a great shot. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Great
Natalie will give
shot.
you that, it's so close.
That
Good
is
shot.
that is absolutely good.
Working a little left. Oh, easy peasy.
Hello.
This hole's easy.
This is definitely my favorite hole, not because I made birdie, but because I love how challenging it is
Yeah.
to just hit the green to start.
Who's your favorite person you've ever had come to the golf course here since you've been here? The one person you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just came here to our golf course.
Presidents?
The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Yeah?
Admiral Mike Mullen.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I had it, didn't hit it. Oh my gosh, I didn't hit that ball. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh man. More Blasters 18 holes after the break, presented to you by Marathon Petroleum. 18th hole here is a great finishing hole. You have to pay attention off the tee because the fairway is crowned. If you hit a little too far right or left, it'll roll into the rough. Natalie hit it right down the middle, so she's just gonna hit it in the middle of the green from here. And after she makes that putt, we're headed to the 19th hole. Welcome to the 19th hole, and Nat, this is a little bit of a different 19th hole. We're on the campus here at the Naval Academy, and I can tell you that in my 50-some years of being alive, I've seen some things today that I've never seen before. It's impressive. I just love it.
This is incredible. I have learned so much more than I even expected to learn about what it's like to go to the Naval Academy, especially the first couple months.
Yeah.
And just the inside scoop of what it's really like once you're inside the academy as an athlete.
I mean, and the academy's just so beautiful, right? I mean, you just walk walk around.
Gorgeous
They have water,
Annapolis.
right? I mean, the water makes everything beautiful, and just all the views that you have. They're Division I athletic facilities, right? I mean, sometimes you think of the Naval Academy and you think of just, you know, military, and
Yep.
you don't think that
And
they're...
maybe football. I
Yeah.
didn't know they had a golf program.
Yeah, how about
Men's
that?
and women's golf program
Yeah.
they've had for 12 years. And I also just love to hear, like, you know, it's mandatory to go to every single football game.
Yeah.
And, you know, after you go to the Naval Academy, you know, you have to serve 5 years. And
Yep.
the golf course
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah, let's get to the golf course right now. I mean, you were saying it's one of the best golf courses you think you've played. I mean,
It is. You
it's
got to
just
hit
very
every shot.
traditional. Yeah.
It keeps you on it. The conditions. I mean, anytime you're going to have good, fast, firm greens and variety. I don't like to get bored on a golf course,
Yeah.
and I love the game of golf, but some golf courses that start to look a bit the same, but this course, it keeps you from start to finish, having hit a lot of different shots.
You know, Pat, the director of golf, just does a great job. Golf experience is important, right? And can you imagine the higher-ups that have played golf here, right? And right now we have a lot of people to thank. It's been such a great day. Like you said, the access isn't as easy here. Stacy was wonderful. Scott, the SID, was wonderful here. Eric Kettani came all the way from Cleveland. Man, did he feed you with some info that you wanted.
I mean, one of my favorite parts is the chopping. The fact that they just chop everywhere.
You're dying for the chopping.
I love it.
Thanks to Jim Hackenberg for coming to show us some of his orange whip stuff. Pat is the nicest golf professional I think we've ever met before. He's the director of golf. He was a former men's golf coach for years and years. So a lot of people to thank. We really appreciate them having us here. And go Navy, beat Army.